everybody, welcome to my channel. Today I want to do something a little different, since there hasn't really been that much as far as content lately. I wanted to talk about some things that might stir up a conversation, and I guess you could call them hot takes. Well, it depends on the person. It might be to you. Some of them aren't to me, but I think that some other people will be like, they may disagree, and that's cool. But yeah, adaptations are only bad because the people who are given the ability to adapt the material don't really respect the IP. For example, with things like Wonder Woman, I know a lot of people like that franchise, like those movies, but they weren't really adapted well to me. And there were a lot of things that just didn't work. Shows should have at least 15 episodes. Now that we've gotten into streaming, there's been this thing where shows are only 6 to 8 episodes. Like things like Game of Thrones was only 10. And it's that's just really not good enough for a season. It should definitely be much longer than that, because it always feels like a lot of those shows could be longer. Now, some of them could be shorter, but I don't think that they should be shorter if they're going to do multiple seasons. If they're going to do multiple seasons, then they should be longer. So if the episodes are 6 per season, then they should probably just make that one whole season and make it 12 episodes. At least to me. And then that way they could have 2 seasons with 12 episodes, and they could release them once a week instead of for example, with Netflix dropping all of the episodes at once, which is not a good business model. It just really it doesn't really help with the retention of subscribers, because once that is over, if it's the only show that really drew them in, then they'll just cancel their subscription. So I just don't think that's a good idea to have seasons so short. And I think that 15 episodes is a good amount to tell a good story. Maybe even 2, a mini story inside of a larger story. Because a lot of those shows just feel like they need more time. And with multiple episodes, extra episodes, they could definitely have more time. This probably is going to be one of the more hot takes, but I believe that writers should be paid at scale with actors. Since they both typically go hand in hand, I don't really see why they don't get paid nearly as much as actors do. I understand that they're not in front of the camera, but at the end of the day, the actors only act what is on the paper. So they're two sides of the same coin. One can't necessarily thrive without the other. A writer can't act, and actors can sometimes write, but they're not dedicated writers, and also they can't just be expected to improv an entire film either. So I think that they should be paid similarly to the actors, because I think that they deserve it. A lot of these films that we celebrate, a lot of that material was written by writers. It wasn't simply something that the actors did. Movies need more graphic novel adaptations. I feel like we've come into a point where remakes and reboots, and it's stifling. And there are so many graphic novels or comics that are not related to DC or Marvel that would be incredible to be adapted into live action or even animated. And I just feel like the movie industry is really missing out on good material. One example is Dead Lucky by Melissa Flores. Least We Could Do by Ianona Zaffrandino. I might be butchering that. Bad Mother by Krista Faust. Rogue Son by Ryan Parrott. And the list goes on. And I know that a lot of people have never heard of them, but they do some pretty good stuff. And a lot of these graphic novels are available on the Amazon store. I'm not sure where they are available anywhere else, because these are where I found them at. But yeah, they're definitely worth looking into. All streaming services should have ads at the beginning of their shows and films. Now, I know that a lot of people like streaming because there are no ads. But I think that having ads helps with the business model. It helps writers and actors get paid residuals. And I think that there should be a system for this. For example, I think that for episodes, there should be a 3-minute ad or 3 minutes worth of ads at the beginning of each episode. And for films, it should be 5 minutes worth of ads. This way, you get the ads out of the way and you don't have to worry about them anymore until you watch another film or show. And it also means that that 3 to 5 minute window is time that you can use to get snacks or food or whatever you have to do so that you get comfortable and watch the episode, maybe use the bathroom if you need to. So, I mean, like, I'm sure that people can find a way to make that time work for them instead of just sitting there watching the ads, just waiting for the show or movie to come on. And last but not least, I definitely think I'm going to get slack for this one. I think that horror and thriller is the weakest film genre. I don't know, maybe it could just be, that's definitely just my opinion, but to me, it's like, I don't know, horror is just not scary to me. And they're just, a lot of the tropes are like predictable to a fault, in my opinion. I mean, every genre has its tropes or things that you can just always expect to happen in one form or fashion. But to me, like, I don't know, the horror and thriller ones I just don't find them entertaining at all. Now, I know there's people who love horror. I mean, horror's been doing really well in the past couple of years. But for me, I think that out of all of the genres, it's the bottom. And I don't know which one will be at the top, though. I mean, I guess the most popular one right now is obviously things that are in sci-fi and fantasy, like Marvel, DC, or, for example, like Harry Potter was one of those things, or Lord of the Rings. Like, those films, Avatar, like, those are the ones that really, like, do big numbers. Barbie, I guess, I don't know. That might be fantasy, too. I don't know. I mean, I don't know. That's a good question. Like, I don't know what genre that falls into. I gotta look it up. But yeah, I just think that, I don't know what horror or thriller could do to really be better in my eyes, but I don't know. Like, y'all let me know what y'all think about that one. Because, I mean, I definitely could be persuaded to, like, because I don't know, it's between that and, like, I guess, like, comedy? I don't know, comedy films, especially as of late, just aren't good to me. But, I mean, so I guess, like, you could flip-flop between the two. At this point, I don't know, that could change in the future. But, yeah. And those are my film hot takes. If you enjoyed this, please give it a like and subscribe. It really helps the channel. And I'm definitely going to be doing a few more of these because this is definitely an enjoyable way for me to make videos. And I don't want to just do reactions. So let me know what you think of this. And I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.